Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Alex Reyes, and today on Sport Karate Live, I have Jared Liker, Rodrigo Madrid, and Sean Dumla. How you guys doing today? Everything good?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Great, man.
Awesome, awesome guys. Hey, so this is the KC Challenge and Waco USA Nationals post show. It was an awesome event. Jared, you're the promoter and also the coach of the USA team. It was an awesome event. This event just seems to be growing and growing every year, right?
Yeah, it's interesting because we get such a unique element by running two tournaments in one. You have the Waco side, you have the NASCA side. You get a lot of people crossover. Our Midwest circuit is continuing to grow. It's very strong. So yeah, it's every year the event continues to grow, and the day of the event, all when we finished, I'm already thinking, okay, what do we got to do better? Try to make keep things rolling because the tournament gets so busy on both sides now that it's a little crazy. So I'm already got some ideas of some just different coordination aspects for next year. But yeah, and the flyer is already done and ready, so we're ready to go already for a better one next year.
Man, and like you said, like everything, and like you prepare a year ahead, right? And it's like you could see in the streams, the venue is beautiful, the arena, it's such a cool look. And then, like you said, everything that's going on, you guys have it perfect because if you tell anybody, hey, we're gonna have NASCAR divisions, WACO divisions, right, going on in one tournament, and you could do all of them, right? And they'll be like, wow, how do you schedule that? Like, so it really is hard to do it, but you perfected the system, and now it's just in motion where you're just adding water and it's just growing and growing. So hey, talking about adding water, I mean, and growing too, Sean, man, you got a lot of juniors, right? This year was a junior USA nationals, right? So they're on the USA team. You have a lot of juniors that made it on the team, right? How many exactly? They look like 10.
Yeah. So in California, we brought, I believe, around 20 competitors from
Wow.
California, along with Vince I. Ying from Kakuwa Martial Arts and Alan Nunnally at Nunnally's Karate Do. I believe about 16 of our 20 kids made it from California and the Bay Area, man. I gotta say,
Wow.
man, we kind of banded together, and California banded together, came out to Kansas City. We lost the Super Bowl. Niners lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs, but I think we came out and kind of made up for our football team.
Hey, that's crazy because you're yeah San Francisco fan over there, right? And then
Oh
KC.
yeah, die hard.
Oh man, how I it's funny. I like to hear those some of those conversations and crack. You guys crack at each other when you win or whatever. But hey, Rodrigo, you also had a great event. You won the Power Ring, and you give us some of the results that you had. You had a great tournament.
Yeah, definitely good turnout. I won for my 63 kilos and under, and then I also won for my 69 kilos and under. And I also won grands for forms, trad forms, the WKF division. And yeah, that's how it went pretty well.
Man, you pretty much swept the tournament pretty much right there. Hey, now you're a student of Jared, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So how long have you been doing this for?
Well, I've been
Like
doing
martial arts.
martial arts. I've been doing it for about like 7 years now. I started when I was like 8, around there.
Hey, you've been competing for a while because I was looking at your Facebook and just from seeing you, you're a little kid and now you're all grown up. And when did you actually start competing?
I actually started like fully competing when I was a yellow belt, and that was like my first 2 months in karate. So I don't know, like 6 years ago, right?
Wow,
But
away. So right away. Hey, you know what? That's a good topic for all of you guys because I noticed that there was a time that I would put my kids right away to compete, as an instructor, as a coach. But then there was a time that I was kind of like, okay, let me wait till they're purple or blue belts. But I think that just holding them back is not good because they miss out all the beginner tournament experience, right? So when do you guys like to break them into tournaments? Of course, you could say when they want to as well, when they're ready, when they feel like they're ready. But when do you guys, as instructors, really like for them to go to their first event?
Well,
Sean, Sean, I guess Jared, and then and Rodrigo, because you teach too, right?
yeah, so yeah, I help out with classes sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah,
So Sean, go ahead, and then I will follow. Go ahead.
honestly,
Yeah.
We like to start them off real young. We like to promote it to the 5 to 6 year olds with the little dragons, right?
Yeah,
Get them out there to compete, see what it's like. Maybe hit each other if they do sparring. It's always fun to watch.
for sure.
Yeah, over at our school, we don't really have limitations as far as age, or belt rank competing. Obviously,
But yeah,
you guys do
other
want,
than that,
your
I
kids
guess
to
yeah,
have
that's
some
the
kind of
youngest we got to
basic.
start them off.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, so for us, we have no age or belt rank restrictions as far as competition goes. If the families express, any kind of desire to compete, we feed them. If they're hungry, feed them.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. How about you, Jared? How do you guys do? You guys all have a lot of competitors in the tournaments.
Yeah, so for me, it's we have a pretty big school, so we don't have maybe a couple times a year we push the tournaments, but the idea is that not everybody is in martial arts to compete. However, it's just like not everybody can be a world champion, but you can sure train like one, and you can sure try to learn the life lessons that competition brings to you. So I believe it's for everybody, of course, but not everybody is always actively engaged in competition. But like Rodrigo said, from 5 and 6 year olds on up. But Rodrigo is a special case. We were just talking about that the other day in the dojo. Not everybody is starting tournaments so aggressively at a yellow belt. But yeah, he's a unique case.
Yeah, but I guess when you see that talent, you want to make sure that you get them out there as much as you can. Hey, so the USA Waco team, it looks pretty big this year, right? It's a lot of talent in there. So just give us some of the highlights of the event, Jared. Like some of the people that maybe some new faces that showed up and are on the team, and maybe some veterans that are back and doing it again this year.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't talk about the national team without talking about Sean's guys. I mean, in the Bay Area, they really did well, and they bring a lot of talent to the team. So we're grateful to have their support, and they consistently take home medals. I mean, every time that they've been to the Worlds, their kids are taking home hardware, and it's like it's the highest level of competition for point fighting, and even a lot of them doing light contact now too. So it's great. I mean, Laco Villanueva, I want to give a shout out to him. His whole group from El Paso, man, talk about a whole bunch of little killers. All those kids are incredible. Heart, in their fighting style. So, Laco's group was there. We had some great support from DKS as well, and some other teams, in the US. But overall, I think the team is and Jesse Ray, really, really happy that Jesse was able to come out. Tyson's going to be a huge part of the junior team for our older cadets junior team. And so, overall it was a great event, and it's what should show you is like the youth that's there. I mean, when you see Kayla and Miyamoto and Enrique winning the open weight junior and senior, that tells you that the youth is extremely strong. And, Sean talked about this before, and I'll let him elaborate on it. But, our team fight history at the Waco Worlds has been pretty incredible. So, Sean, I mean, I think you can pick up right there. You've been part of both of the championship teams.
Yeah, I mean, man, we were blessed to be a part of the Junior Worlds in Ireland 4 years ago. And, man, that's when, Bailey Murphy, Jalen Carr, Quillen Pastor, and Kayla Miyamoto, man, just kind of surprised the world, really. And, behind, Bailey's, I don't know, was it like a 16-point comeback victory? Waco USA came home with a gold. And 2 years ago in Italy, anchored by Enrique Latona. We also had Blake Spence. Again, Quillen Pastor and Kayla Miyamoto, they won back-to-back golds, which is kind of unheard of, in Waco Junior Worlds. And by the looks of the team that I saw, last weekend, I mean, we're going to have a, really good shot at, going back-to-back, which we know is hard. I mean, anyone can win, one. Some guys can win back-to-back. But winning consistently over and over again, that's special.
Yeah, when you do it again, that's really special for sure. Hey, Rodrigo, so how many times have you been to the Waco Worlds? Is this a few times already?
Actually, no. It's going to be my first time.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, so that's exciting, huh?
Definitely, yeah.
Wow, that's great. So this year the Worlds is it's in Canada, is it?
No, Serbia.
I'm pretty sure for Worlds it's going to be in Serbia.
Oh, in Serbia, Serbia. Right. Wow, so Serbia, is it your first time going out of town? I mean, out of the United States to compete?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow, so exciting. That's pretty exciting. And it's pretty cool that how they have the Waco World in different countries pretty much every year, right? That's an awesome thing. Serbia. Have you guys ever been to Serbia before? Jared, Sean? No?
I have not. No.
I've been close over there, to Eastern Europe, Hungary, and a few different areas, but never Serbia before. So we're gonna go over.
What are the dates for it? What are the dates for the Worlds?
August 21st through the 30th.
Okay, yeah, because Serbia, I think, is a really cold place, right? So in August, it won't be cold there at all, right? Yeah. So you're
Hope
good.
not.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. The USA team's gonna be bringing the heat. But
Right.
hey,
That's right.
Sean, you also, man, you're really involved in the sport for real, man. But like when you have, you're the Waco, you're coach for the USA team as well. You got a bunch of competitors, and you also are have an organization with Tony Cottinga with the league, right? And that's been growing as well. And it's primarily on the West Coast, but it's kind of spreading out as well. So that's a great thing about sport karate. How we got organizations that are proactive, and they're just growing and growing. So tell us more about the league and how it started.
Yeah, man. You're right. We're mainly based out of the West Coast. We teamed up with Martin Amba in Nevada, Laco, in Texas, Wayne Nguyen, his TKO circuit. Mike Tobin up there in Farmington, Utah, and obviously we've kind of worked with some of the NASCA 5A nationals. And man, the league, it's growing, exponentially the past couple of years, and we're getting really good support from everybody across the nation. And myself, Tony, and Teresa Cattengale want to put a good product out there. We're also tied with Waco USA. Obviously, we do have a competition, the Region 2 Waco West Coast Nationals on September 26th. So hopefully everybody in the West Coast can be a part of that this year.
Yeah, man. Hey, like you were saying with the Waco, man, Waco, the USA team has competitors. They have the team is like, that you guys got people from Texas, Cali, New York, right? At Florida, right? It's a pretty big squad right there. Just a lot of talent from everywhere. So that's really exciting. Now, when you guys go to the Worlds, like is there the junior team fighting, right? How does that work? How many competitors do you have in the lineup? And can you field more than one team?
Yeah, we fielded multiple older cadet teams last time, and you can field multiple teams, and we'll do it again this year. Last time we fielded 2 junior teams also as well. So it's the way it works for the Worlds. It's like three males and 1 female, and then you want to field the alternate male, alternate female. So you basically will have 4 people that will fight. And then you'll have 2 people that can step in case of an injury or a strategic purpose, for a matchup. So usually 6 fighters. And what's great is everybody will earn a medal that is fielded on that specific team. So like last time, I know that all 6 fighters, earned the gold medal, even though not all 6 ended up fighting.
Yeah, that's the way sports is. Like the backup quarterback, and you didn't play, you get the right. You're in there. You help get the team there, right? Everybody has their role. So hey, how about Rodrigo? Is he gonna team fight? He's gonna get a chance to team fight at this one. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight older cadets team with we don't know who yet, but I assume he will fight. If I had to tell you the names right now, I know him and Tyson Ray are 2 of them. So we will see, kind of how everything plays out. The nice thing, the team events at the end of the week. So, I leave that up to the coaches too, to be able to strategize as to, okay, who's hot, who fought well, in the week, and we can put, you can kind of field the team based upon performance during that week, which is great too.
Hey, Rodrigo, so that's pretty exciting. You're gonna get a chance to team fight as well, because sometimes have you team fought at tournaments before?
Only 1 time. It was at a local. Actually, 2 times. They were both at local tournaments around Kansas.
Yeah. Hey, so you got to get ready for a lot of fighting, and at the event. So because there is there's 2 rounds, right? In Waco, it's 2 rounds per fight, right? Man,
Yep.
so prepare yourself for that? Like, are you gonna like when do you really start going hard? Do you start already going hard now, or do you up your training? 5-6 weeks before. Do you have to have a plan for that?
Yeah, definitely. Always get a plan. Yeah, I have like one of my instructors helps me out. Jarrett helps me out too. But another instructor, Lauren, she helps me out with my conditioning. She's an amazing person. She just helps me out with the plans, what I got to do, how to up my endurance, with everything.
Yeah, hey, cardio is a big thing, right? When to being a champion, especially in a world championships like that, because the best, the people that made the team are there, so nobody's a slouch, so there's no easy fights, right? So you guys as coaches, how do you get your players prepared for that? Like do you give them extra advice and have them, do something extra? How do you prepare them to have the cardio for that? Because it really comes down to cardio, because the talent level is so high for everybody. It's really cardio's a big thing, right?
Yeah, I will tell you this. Rigo won't talk about it enough, but he won't tell you the sacrifices that he's already making. This kid is off the charts smart, and he made the commitment to go to school, to be able to step back when he went to high school, and he does it online so that he can train. And he's blessed with the gift and the curse of being talented in multiple disciplines. So he competes in WKF COD, a really high level, and point fighting. And there's no way he could do it if he wasn't under the program that he is now. Still maintains great grades and is training 4 or 5 hours a day already. So he won't talk about it. So I will do it for him. But so he's got to prepare now for Las Vegas for WKF tournament, then go to Hungary for Hungarian World Cup, 2 weeks later. So, I'll tell you about his specific preparation because he's on the show. But Sean can comment. He's got a lot of kids that he's prepared to do a high level.
Hey, keeping busy, right, is a great way to prepare, right? That's a good way that's how kind of basically what you're saying now. How about you, Sean?
Yeah, all of us over here in the Bay, we do get together, along with, other martial arts schools, and we have these open mats, every Saturday morning, like once a month. That helps immensely. Those are 2-3 hours at a time. WACO USA does a fantastic job, I think, facilitating WACO divisions in a lot of these NASCA tournaments. So AmeriKick in May, you have DC Capital Classics in August. You just have numerous NASCA events, and I make sure that all the California guys kind of sign up for those WACO divisions, and that way you stay sharp in the WACO rules. I mean, junior divisions, you're looking at the 16, 18-year-olds, 3 2-minute rounds, and that's no joke. You're literally fighting at a high level every single round. You're not wasting round 1 and wasting round 2. You're literally going back and forth with, the world's best, man. WACO is no joke. And the whole WACO product, I was sold on year 1 in Ireland at the Junior World Championship. So, we're with this all the way.
Hey, Sean, now, man, you go way back. Your family is a sport karate family. And, going back to even like, I'm trying to think about like the NBL days, right?
Yeah.
Like, now, how does it compare? Because in NBL, you used to have to fight. If you're a wild card, you were going to fight like 20 times, right?
Yeah.
Or more. So it's kind of like that cardio now. It's compared to this, that this world's level, right? So, man, it's a different level when you have to do these things, when you have to fight so much. I mean, it's not easy, man. It's not easy, especially when there's no seeds, right? There's basically no in WACO, right?
Yeah, and I think we kind of overlook the fact that these are juniors. You're going into international enemy territory. There's so much on their shoulders, and the one thing about this is, if you lose in round 1, you're done. You're done for the whole week, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get picked to fight teams later on in the week. So, I mean, for these kids to really handle all that pressure really shows their professionalism, their preparation, and everything in between. So the coaches at home, El Java and Bob Liker, I mean, I can't profess enough, their expertise, their skill, their knowledge, and what they give to the team. I mean, I think the team really forms itself, and it takes, Java and Bob Liker and Jarrett Liker and the rest of the coaching staff's personality, because these guys, they don't freak out, they don't fold under pressure, and they really handle everything really, really good.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Jared, you also had at the event, you had adult divisions, and the adult division, it was pretty stacked as well. There, it was the fighting was awesome. You had some good fighting, and now I know that this tournament, the tournament that whoever won, they kind of qualified for the Pan American Games, right?
So yeah, the way that this tournament, yeah, you can qualify all ages, both adults and juniors. They qualified for Pan Ams, but for the adults only Pan Ams because the worlds alternates. But what was unique about this year was that there were some specific weight classes that if the top two advance to Pan Ams in their specific weight classes, whoever wins the Pan Ams gets a fully funded trip to the World Combat Games in Kazakhstan next year. So there were 3 specific weight classes of point fighting for both men and women, and those were really competitive weight classes. So that people could vie for those spots. Because going to the Combat Games, it's right now, if we have the worlds, but if we don't have it's Olympic recognized, of course, but it's not an Olympic sport included in the program yet. So this Combat Games every 4 years is about as high level as it gets. So it's a great thing and a huge opportunity to get fully funded and fully sponsored to attend. So it's that's why those divisions were super competitive, especially the 63 men's. That was crazy competitive.
So who's going out there for the Pan Ams for the men?
So there were 3 weight classes. I remember from the top of my head, Troy Binns is going to be going in at 89 minus 89. Wow. And in 79s, the winner of the division was Tyreek. Bailey was unable to make it out, so Tyreek actually moved up weight. Bailey is the world champion right now in 79s. Ty stepped up and he was able to win that category. And then 2 people get to go in each, and Enrique Latona dropped down to 63, and Blake Spence also. They were both the top 2 in 63. So we'll send both of them to the Pan Ams, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully each person can capture a win and advance on. And then the women as well. I know that Kayla Miyamoto was in minus 60. She'll be heading on to the Pan Ams, and hopefully to the Combat Games as well.
Man, that's exciting right there, man. It's exciting. It's pretty cool to see how WACO has grown here in the U.S. Finally it took the right team to build it, and it's happening, right? So it's exciting to see. And man, hey, so Rodrigo, you have any shout out any other teammates that made the team, some of your schoolmates that you train with and whatever, you want to give a shout out that also made the USA team?
I need to remember. I do have a little guy, Corbin Tyson. A little shout out to him. He made the team for some form stuff and fighting. I think he did too.
Jared, you pump out a lot of talent as well. You have the USA team, top 10 team, but you pump out talent, from the American school as well. And man, it's crazy. Like Sean, you got how many made the USA team? Actually made it?
I think 16 made it from the Bay Area. Yeah.
Man, Sean sets the standard. That's it.
That's incredible, man. That's really incredible. Hey, so what's the next tournament for you guys? Leading, it could be anything, NASCAR or WACO or whatever. Or I know WKF. Rodrigo, you're gonna go to. Is that your next event? A WKF event?
Yeah, in Vegas, actually. Yep, next one.
That's cool. How about you, Sean?
We got Shark City over here in the Bay Area in March, and of course, our next NASCAR is AmeriKick in May. We can't miss that one.
Yeah, AmeriKick's always fun for sure. That's awesome, guys. Hey, today I brought up a topic, and it's crazy you guys brought up the comeback, because the topic in Point Fighter was what's the biggest comeback you've ever seen, you've ever witnessed in a point match, and it's crazy because that's probably one of them right there, right? How much was Bailey down by? The USA team was down by how much?
It was got to be 15 or 16. I mean, it was.
I thought it was 16.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I kind of want to ask everybody to give me their, the ones that they've seen, so I can kind of make a highlight reel of it, of comebacks. because that'll be cool. Because you always see crazy comebacks in every sport, right? And then like
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
highlight reel of that, and that has to be included in there. Now, you were there. You were there live, right, Sean and Jay? You guys were both there. Man, how were you feeling before he went out there? Did you kind of think that he could do it? You're like he could bring us back. Is that how, or it was kind of like, oh man, we're down by 15, 16.
I mean, to me, with Bailey, anything's possible. So, I mean, I was out in the stands with, everybody, U.S., I believe it was Great Britain was the team that we were fighting. And man, they were great. All the Great Britain fans were just kind of holding their breath. And one point at a time, Bailey was just climbing up that ladder. And my God, when he went over that hump and he tied it up and took the lead, the USA fans were going crazy. It was bananas.
I had a hard time holding the camera because I was doing it live on the because Sean was coaching with Jack and Joe, and I was doing the stream. And man, I mean, yeah, Bailey, it's just like right now. I mean, look at that guy. You can never count out a team when you have a fighter like Bailey Murphy. Not only is he so highly skilled, but his mindset, I mean, that kid is a winner. And that's like, look at what he's done with his teams. He can put out a 3-man team, and, maybe on paper, there's many teams that should be better. But he finds a way to get them to gel and believe in him. And then he elevates their game. Right. And then they're better fighters and they're capturing wins. It's like, and he'll do it if he needs to. Here, I got this. Let me put it on my shoulders. I'll take it. That's what he did. That's what he did that day.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's cool how that happens in every sport, because you have those magic, once in a lifetime fighters or players in other sports come around. And it's great to watch and experience. And it's cool that he's doing it in that level. He's going out to Waco and the Worlds, and he's not just staying here in the U.S., so he's showing his talents everywhere. And that's one of the cool things that I like about the Waco teams. It's like, because Waco has a bunch of worlds, teams, right? It's like it has the most teams of all the world leagues. You're talking about, all these countries in one place at one time. So it's a great exposure for us, in the U.S. now that we have strong teams. So that's awesome. Hey guys, thanks for joining us and congratulations again. And I'm excited about the USA team in Serbia, right? In August. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be making sure to tune in on that, and just keep it up. All right. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to everybody for joining us out there. There was a bunch of comments I didn't get to share. I was just engaged in this interview, but thanks for joining us. Have a great day. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.